Gavin, a 2-0 defeat at home to Folkestone Invicta and lost ground, I suppose.
Well, I don't know what the other results are, but I'm just right now. I'm not overly worried. I mean, I can't do anything about them. I can only try and do what we can here. So many different angles I could come at the game from. I can talk about how many chances we had and missed and didn't score any. We can talk about them having probably 3 shots on goal and scoring 2 of them. But that's not really, honestly, where I'm at. I just looked at us today. I don't like what I'm seeing. I really don't like what I'm seeing. Devoid of quality, devoid of ideas, and we changed systems so many times to try and actually get something in the game. They might look at it and think they defended really well. I'm not even sure they did. I mean, we had stuff dropping and just quality lacking. So, in some ways I can't begrudge them the victory, because if you're going to do what we did today, then once or twice a season you're going to get a game where a team has limited chances and scores 2 of them and you can't hit a barn door from 6 foot. Having said that, that's not where I'm at. Where I'm at is our quality, our running power, our desire to go and win a football match was massively lacking today, and they had that better than us. It's easier when you go 2 up early on to keep that driving. Of course it is, but it's not. I said to them at half time that you've got to mirror. They've got to mirror me in some respects, and that wasn't what I wanted today, and wasn't what I expected from them today. But also, as I've said to you before, we go away and have a look at ourselves. So listen, it's a really, really poor day at the office. It's a really poor day. There's no question about that.
You mentioned sluggishness on Tuesday, but is it solely that you can put that lack of quality down to?
So Tuesday, right? So where am I at today? I've picked the same team to go out there, okay? Because I felt that Tuesday we talked about training, we talked about lack of games. Tuesday was one of those to kick out of our system, and we talked about that. And I felt that today we would kick on from that, because we would get back in the groove. I didn't see that. So I've got to look at the personnel that I've picked today, what they've actually given to the cause. People that are not here, people that are sitting on the bench and didn't get on. Some people did get on, and look at how we can how we look to go on Tuesday, because I'm at the moment we're not in the place I want us to be, and we were in the place I want us to be. We've been in there front 2, not functioning at the minute. Let's get it out there. But that's not the only issue. There was instructions that went out there that they didn't necessarily carry out, but also I've got team selection wrong, because going with the same group clearly wasn't right today, because I didn't have the running power to be able to outwork Folkestone.
Speaking of which, what was your assessment of the impact of the substitutes in the end? Obviously, no goals to sort of come away from it, but was it a better showing, did you feel, second half?
Yeah, I think Obi's always going to give you some excitement in respect of how he plays. Hurst came on and I think had a good chance early on, and he would be feel unlucky, or would normally expect to put that away. So there was a part impact, I think, from them. We completely and utterly dominated the second half, but with nothing to show for it. So I sit here at the moment. I've actually got a bit of searching to do on this one, because Tuesday I put down to the fact that we haven't played. I can't use that excuse today, so I've got to have some soul searching today and look at what we did and how we did it. And we changed tact on a number of occasions, because you're constantly looking to think if your formations aren't working, you've got to try something different. You've got to at least try, and we did try today, but just devoid of quality.
And obviously drawing another blank, and such was the I suppose desperation might be a bit harsh, but such was the need to find an outlet that Taylor McKenzie played up front for a significant part.
Yeah, it might look strange to people, but we have a good chat in the line. It's not something that's made on the spur of the moment, and we're looking at just another avenue to try and to create something. It's we couldn't get over the top of them, we couldn't get down the side of them. We got some joy in wider areas, but so we thought, okay, well, let's go 3 narrow and try and actually go a little bit more conventional in respect of not Route 1 football, but a little bit more direct in respect of that to try and get something out of the game, and that didn't work. So there's a lot of soul searching today.
And obviously the build-up was quite direct at times. We saw it against Cray as well, and presumably that wasn't an instruction that was coming from the management team.
So well, look, you know, I'm not going to label this at the player's door. There is part of our game where we will look to get quick and entries into the box. So we will look to play on that front foot, pick off the second balls in certain parts of our game, so certain areas of the pitch, and certain timings in the game. But no, it's not a complete instruction. We wanted to play some more football. We had to play some more football because you're trying to break down a team that is resolute. And you know, we struggled to pass the football today. So I'm sort of looking at the moment and thinking I've got to walk away from here tonight. And so have they. And I said to them in there that they can't go upstairs and look for excuses and sort of and say that they are. I know they won't. We've got to come together and understand why that's happened today, because you could argue we should have won the football match with the chances we created, but that's not where I'm at. I'm looking at what we've done as a whole and not good enough.
There's no let up. We've got 2 very tough trips coming up. Horsham on Tuesday away, and likewise against # next Saturday. How will you sort of get that message across to your boys?
Well, it's not out of the question that changes need to be made. If I'm brutally honest, we need fresher legs might need to come in. Might need to freshen it up because, as I say, I'd gone with the same team largely, and certainly the same team that played on Tuesday started the game today. And but I can't keep looking at those boys on the bench and going, well, you know, I'm happy with what's going on, because I'm sitting here and saying I'm not happy with that. So they're going to need to be a whole lot better than what they were today on Tuesday. That's for sure. We go to the dreaded 3G, which we don't do very well. I haven't done so far this season very well, and I'm just looking at it thinking, for whoever goes out there, I'm expecting them to at least put a hell of a shift in respect to the game. We'll pick it up from there because it's clearly at the moment below par.
And finally, on a slightly different note, it's a final match day for our departing physio in John Abbott. Do you have a few words to see him off?
Yeah, look, I put some in the programme. John's been a massive support to me since I came in. He's a good guy, he's a good physio, and he's very diligent in what he does. So it made my transition into the club in the summer much smoother, to have someone like that on board who knows the club's been around the club, and has got a good sort of head on his shoulders in respect of how we go about things. He understood what I wanted very quickly, and I'll be very, very sorry to lose him. Very sorry to lose him, because I think we've bounced off each other quite well in that respect. But we wish him all the best in retirement and his new venture, out near the coast, and I can't say enough about him.
Cheers, Gav. See you Tuesday.
Cheers.